1. I'm going to give a prize for this. Hands up. Why is tangent of 45 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ryan. Three. Is that
That was
okay?
because they're the same thing, when you divide, tangent equals sine over cosine.
Exactly. So if I take this thing and I divide by that thing, even if it's a mess of an equation, it's the same thing over the same thing, which is 1. Same thing with cosine over sine. How do I find out what secant is, do you think? We'll go get a prize, Michael. How do you find out what secant is?
1 over
1 over what?
cos,
1 over what?
cosine.
So you can do this 2 different ways. Everybody look up. You can say, all right, well, secant is 1 over x, so I'm going to do 1 over whatever the x value is. Or you can say 1 over cosine, whichever one that is. So I'm going to, over here on my paper, I'm just going to do some little work. Or you could do it on the side if you want to. 64, you don't have to show your work for everything. In fact, obviously the sines and the cosines you won't. All right, so it's 1 over 2 divided by the square root of 2.
Why are they flipped?
Yeah, mine's flipped.
It shouldn't be.
Oh, you're right. Where is my finger? Okay. How do you take 1 divide... Thank you. How do you take 1 divided by a fraction?
You gotta solve the fraction. You gotta put them all side by side.
Okay, let's put them side by side. So 1 over 1 divided by the square root of 2 over 2.
Then reverse it.
Then flip the second one. 1 over 1 times 2 over the square root of 2. Do you see how this is just flipping it upside down? You don't have to do this math every time. You can just flip it upside down. But you can't have a square root on the bottom. So how do we get rid of that?
Times the square root of 2.
So square root of 2 times the square root of 2, which equals
2 square root of 2.
2 times the square root of 2 over 2.
1. 1 and square root of 2.
So it's just the square root of 2. It's messy. You can skip all of this stuff and just flip it upside down, then rationalize the denominator. So right here, it's square root of 2. It was a lot. How about cosecant? Gustavo,
It's the same thing.
It-
Sine or,
go ahead.
yeah.
You said it right.
All the same, okay, sine.
You immediately freaked yourself out. You said it correctly the right time.
Sine is the same as cosine, it's the same thing.
Yeah, since sine and cosine are both the square root of 2 over 2, then if you flip them, it must be the same thing, right? So we don't have to do the math again. We can just write, that one's also the square root of 2. You should get a prize, and you should get a prize. You guys understanding how to do this? The nice thing about this, and another reason why I printed it out, everybody look up. This is a nice little reference sheet, don't you think? It'll have almost all the answers just sitting on it. So you could easily start referencing it back and forth. Okay, let's try 63 together. Show your partner right now. Point to your partner on your unit circle. Everybody look up. Point where sine of 30 degrees is on your unit circle. Point to it. Got to decide, is it the x or the y? Sine is the y. You should be pointing at 1/2. Also, a big hint is that it says 1/2. Where's the cosine? Point at the cosine on your unit circle. Good job. Everybody point at the ceiling. Point at the ceiling. Mari's like, I don't need to. Everybody now do this. And now dramatically point at cosine. Very nice. Well, you guys did not do it dramatically. Some of you did, and most of you did this. You're sick of me and my antics. The freshmen are eating it up, so enjoy your privilege. All right, what should we do for tangent? Somebody raise their hand with an idea. How can we find out the tangent of 30? Ryan?
I would say that tan equals y over x, so it equals the sine over cosine.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the 1/2 and divide by the cosine, which is the square root of 3 over 2. Which means that I can just flip it, so times 2 over the square root of 3. I'm gonna cancel out those 2's while I'm sitting here, and that's 1 over the square root of 3. But I can't have a square root on the bottom because mathematicians are dumb. So I've got to rationalize the denominator. By doing what? Square root of 3 over the square root of 3. This turns into the square root of 3 over 3 as my final answer. With your partner right now, please do the cotangent of theta for 30 degrees. It is not exactly the same. Talk to your partner. Ask me. Square root of 3, why do we multiply by these? Because the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9, which is 3.
You have to cross multiply there?
There's no cross multiplying.
No, before there.
Here, where I canceled it?
Yeah.
I don't have to, I mean, I could write 2 over 2 times the square root of 3 and then cancel it.
Cotangent is, wait, cosine divided by sine.
No, I only got this.
Cosine divided by sine.
Oh.
When I'm on equation, just divide, so we flip this number to this side. So we got this, we can cancel, but what we have left should be just that. That should like, so. Multiply, cancel, cancel. Oh, there's just 3 over 1.